Hey, what's up? Welcome to Everything You Love, episode 30. I'm Rob Arnold, and I appreciate you tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've done an Everything You Love, so I figured it was time. All right, let me jump right in here and show you something extra cool. The latest addition to my guitar arsenal, something that's super unexpected, but this crazy cool Dean Razorback V. Look at this thing. I never thought I would have one of these. And I gotta be honest, I'm kind of embarrassed to say actually that I don't know anything about Dean guitars, Washburn guitars, Dimebag guitars, anything. I'm certainly a tremendous Dimebag fan, like all of us out there. But just along my guitar journey, I just never got into the Dime guitars thing. But I got lucky because this one just kind of fell into my lap. A good buddy just sent it to me out of the goodness of his heart, said that he wanted me to have it, and which is totally crazy, you know, because just one day, you never know how the day is gonna go, and you wake up to a message saying, hey, I got this guitar I wanna send you. And it ends up being this guitar, which I don't think has ever been played, as a matter of fact. It's immaculate, like completely flawless. I wanna say it's an 06, and I only know that, or assume that, because of the serial number. I'd like you guys to go ahead and check that out there if you can see it. I've been reading some things online about how to determine what to determine from the serial numbers, and it appears to be an 06. But any of the Dimebag guitar aficionados out there, please chime in with your comments below. Let me know all you can about this guitar because I'm interested. It's a beauty. Razorback. The things I do know, let's look into this here, because came with an invoice in the case here. It says Dean USA Razorback V in UFO metallic silver with matching headstock. It's a weird detail. Nickel hardware, Floyd Rose, Dimebucker, PAF. I should know, but I don't know what that is, PAF. Hard shell case, one of one, made just for Carlino guitars. Anybody in Medford, Massachusetts familiar with Carlino guitars? So I think it's just a one-off with an original list price of $5,535. Supposed to have a letter of authenticity from Dean, but I didn't see that in the case. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that thing's authentic, but I didn't see that letter of authenticity. Anyways, yeah, I got this thing. I'm sure it had been cased up or on display for a long time. So the first thing I wanted to do was get it all set up, cleaned up, restrung for my liking. So that's exactly what I did. So I got her polished, threw on some Dean Markley Blue Steel 10 through 46s, and then enlisted the help of my little buddy because it turns out that I needed to add an additional spring to the back to get it to float right. But now it's all set and playing just right. I've definitely never played a Dean guitar in my life. And believe it or not, I don't know that I've ever even played a V guitar in my life, which is totally crazy, right? But I gotta say that these things are the most awkward to sit with. Like, look, I have to put it in here and you can't even keep it like that. So I have to wrap my leg around that like fin down there, whatever you call it, just to keep it in a position where it feels somewhat playable. Just crazy. I know these guitars were made to be played standing up, so I assume. So while I was working on this guitar though, the whole time as I was restringing it and stuff, I just have Pantera riffs going through my head nonstop. This was the main one I had in my head. See if you recognize this one. Before anybody comes at me, oh, you're not playing it right and stuff like that. I'm just playing these songs like how I hear them in my head. And let me say this, I know every single Pantera song as good as anybody out there up here. I don't know it as well on guitar though. While Pantera is in my top 5 of all time, it's just one of those bands. Dime was one of those guitar players that I just never learned the stuff really. I know all the riffs, like I said, up here, but just never really played them. So whenever I'm playing any of these Pantera riffs, if I seldom do on the guitar, it's just how I hear them in my head. I'm just kind of translating them. So I never really studied them. I don't know exactly how to play them or anything. It's just how I hear it in my head. Here's another one of my favorites. Tell me if you know this one. Something like that. And if I could sing and play at the same time, because Phil is just screaming this stuff, you know? Oh, this one, check this one out. Such an incredible riff that Dime plays just over and over again without changing anything, but it's the vocals and the drums that switch up and just make everything awesome, and it's just such a killer part. Great song off Far Beyond. What else? 2, 3, 4. Vince, just killer stuff, man. One more, how about it? Anyways, yeah, I'm sounding like I'm sucking at these riffs, so I'll just stop here. But that's the thing, man. Nobody can sound like Dime. There's guys that get close for sure. I'm not one of them. But yeah, man, just a killer guitar. An awesome trophy that I'm excited to own now, and it's definitely just gonna go on the wall to be displayed in Dime's honor. And thank you again to my buddy Brian for your kindness in sending it over, man. Okay, something really cool that I want to show you. And even if you're not a guitar player, you still might think this is pretty sweet. So please just stick with me on this for the next 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll hop right on over to the question and answer segment of this video that you won't want to miss. So here's what I wanted to show you. It's a software called Guitar Pro, and it takes musical notation, or in our case, tablature, which is music easily represented by lines and numbers, where the lines represent the strings on a guitar and the numbers represent frets to where to play on the guitar, and turns it all into something we can follow along with both audibly and visually. So listen to this. Here is a little sample of Kimura's Down Again. I'm just going to skip around, but you get the point. It's got all the guitar parts, left and right, in some cases more. Into the verse. Let's check out another one. Chimera 6. Let's see here. It's got my parts, Matt's parts, Mark's parts. It's all there. Check this out. Solos. You can speed stuff up, slow it down, isolate certain parts. You just want to listen to what Mark's playing. You just want to listen to what I'm playing, or Matt. You can do all that. And of course, all these are available in like a PDF printable format too, if that's what you prefer. Let's look at another one here. So, here, let's look at the solo. Okay, solo salvation. Here we go. Lazarus. So many people want to know this one. So let's check out this solo. They just sound, it sounds, I just smile when I hear this stuff. How about the flame? Oh, where's that one crazy part? Right here, check the bridge. I know lots of guys are always wanting to learn this part. Here's right here for you. Slow it down, however you want to do it. And so far we've got over 30 high quality tabs, all checked by me for 100% accuracy. I've got a couple other members of my Patreon community there, great guys helping me build the guitar tab archive. And my plan is to eventually have every single Chimera song available. Totally awesome. The Guitar Pro software is about $70 for desktop and only $7 for your mobile device. Both versions work with all these files, and I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can find that software. You can also get access to all these Chimera songs I've shown you in my tab archive by becoming a member of my Patreon community. Not only do I want everyone to have access to these super high quality tabs, but I could also really use your support, as Patreon is the way I make my living, and I appreciate and cherish the support of each and every member, guitar player or not. Lastly, tablature is only one facet of my Patreon community. You can get early access to my videos, messaging priority, your name listed in the special thanks of all my videos, behind the scenes content, and access into my Patreon monthly giveaway, where every month I'm giving away sweet memorabilia and prizes. Make sure you go and check it out after this video by visiting patreon.com/BobArnoldWorld. Now, let's answer some questions. Okay, first up from my man Scotty, Metal Music. Have a hypothetical question for the next EYL, buddy. If you had to pick 5 albums that you consider to be heavy metal essentials, what would they be? All right, I think this is gonna be easy. And the albums I'm gonna list may be by my favorite bands, but they may not be my favorite albums from those bands. They're just the albums that I think I would consider to be heavy metal essentials, like somebody you're trying to get into heavy metal. And in no particular order, but we're gonna start with Rust in Peace, Megadeth's Rust in Peace, the guitar work, just, some of the finest ever. The songwriting, the melodies, oh man, just all the masterpiece songs that, great hooks, and again, just great guitar playing, great playing. Master of Puppets from Metallica. Again, not my favorite Metallica record, but just so many layers to it, so much depth, so many chapters of, again, great melody, songwriting, guitar playing, drumming, just everything, masterpiece songs, fantastic. Rain and Blood from Slayer, I mean, kind of just an extreme, you know, an extreme into metal. Again, super awesome guitar playing and kind of a different look at metal, different types of guitar playing, different sounds and stuff that's just crazy good. Let's see, Vulgar Display of Power, Pantera, Groove, that it's just a new element, you know, to the metal that I mentioned before. It just adds a whole new dimension, still heavy, just so powerful, amazing vocals, and again, incredible guitar playing in another dimension, adds so many dimensions. Sick, just everything, Vulgar Display of Power. Now, I could name another band, you know, which is what everyone would expect for the 5th. I could name, you know, Sepultura, Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse, some of my favorite bands, biggest influence, but I'm gonna name a second Metallica record, and that's the Black Album. You can't deny, yeah, sure, there's haters out there, but the Black Album is, how did you put it? A heavy metal essential. Sad but true. I mean, The Unforgiven, so many, obviously so many classics on there. I mean, Enter Sandman is a given, you know what I mean? But yeah, so the Black Album, Rust in Peace, Vulgar, Master of Puppets, Rain and Blood. The list could go on, but there's some essentials. It was a good question, Scotty. Let's keep it going with another one from you, my man. What would you consider more influential to yourself? Rain and Blood or Master of Puppets, and Far Beyond Driven or Burn My Eyes? So Slayer's Rain and Blood or Metallica's Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets definitely more influential for me, Metallica being my favorite band, but as I expressed before, there's just so many layers, so many dimensions to Master of Puppets that it's an album you could just listen to forever. Obviously, Rain and Blood is absolutely incredible too, but I don't want to say it's one-dimensional, because it absolutely is not, but it's got its own area, you know, where Master of Puppets covers so much of a spectrum and can teach you so much. I mean, there's classical music in there, and you know, Far Beyond Driven or Burn My Eyes. Far Beyond Driven because not only is Pantera in my top 5 ever, but Far Beyond Driven is my favorite Pantera record. Burn My Eyes is incredible. It had a huge impact on me when it first came out. Me and my buddies, of course, it had a huge impact on Kimura, you know, how we did things, the ending at Davidian, come on. Just absolutely great stuff, but Far Beyond Driven just has so much to offer. The songwriting, the guitar playing, all those things Machine Head has as well with Burn My Eyes, but it's Far Beyond Driven it's a completely different level. Yeah, that's where we're going with that. Up next, we got one from JD Egger. Question for your next Everything You Love. There seems to be some occasional Middle Eastern flair in your guitar playing. Those solos in Cleansation or Nothing Remains, is that on purpose or just how it comes together? I like that. Middle Eastern flair. I would say a little bit of both, on purpose and just how it comes together. That sound, I don't know why, I'm just attracted to it. Going back to Rust in Peace, Marty Friedman, Holy Wars, the first song on Rust in Peace. That little clean break he does, it's so famous, everybody knows. I mean, I was so attracted to that, just like everybody else. It just sounds so killer. I don't know why. I have no Arabic ties or anything like that, you know, nationality-wise or anything like that. It just has a cool sound to it, you know, the desert and the pyramids and, you know, just riding camels, whatever. But no, that sound is just amazing. And so it's just something that I'm drawn to, and so it comes to me naturally. I have no idea what scale it's from. I don't know any of the theory behind it, nothing like that. It's just something I like to play, so it just comes together like that, but at the same time, it's intentional because I like it, and so I try to incorporate it, you know, maybe whether it's subconsciously or not, into the music that I'm playing. Another one here from Lumberbrain. Hey Rob, possible question for a future EYL. Do you ever get copyright strikes for featuring Camira songs in your videos? I saw Rob Flynn of Machine Head currently had one of his live streams taken down due to a copyright claim, which was strange since he was playing songs that his band wrote. That sucks for Rob Machine Head, and I know, isn't that crazy? But it's just the way it works. Camira doesn't own our songs. Machine Head doesn't own their songs. It's all part of signing that dotted line. Like I've said in some of the disclaimer or the description in my playthrough videos, I say that no member, past, present, or future of Camira will ever make a penny because of like the playthrough videos I do, whether it's Inside the Horror or Pleasure and Pain or Stig Murder or whatever, because the label claims the music in those videos and they collect all the ad revenue from YouTube from that. So there's a difference though between copyright strikes and copyright claims. Copyright strikes, you get 3 of those and your YouTube channel is shut down. I don't even know what you have to do to get a strike. You have to be super bad. You have to defy them in some way or whatever like that. But anytime that I have music that somebody else owns or can claim in any of my videos, it's a copyright claim. And there is no penalty for that whatsoever, other than they inform you that a claim has been made and that party, whether it's a record label or a publishing company or whatever it may be, is going to claim the royalties on there, and they may allow you to share in the revenue, or they're going to take it all together, which is mostly the case, or they're going to deny that your video can be played anywhere, which is blocking it. It could also be just blocked in certain regions. Like I've had videos like that where I put some Camira music in it and for some reason it's just blocked in Sao Paulo, Brazil or something like that, and that's the only place. Or in Morocco or something like just crazy stuff, but it's cool everywhere else. So sometimes too, you can share if you cover somebody's song. So the algorithm or whatever hears the melody of a song, like let's say like Camira 6. I've done my own rendition of 6. There's no like album material in the actual video. It's Everything You Love, episode 3, if you want to check it out. But they still claimed the melody, and therefore I was demonetized for that, meaning I can't make any money from it, and they claim all the revenue. Later, or sometimes they'll share it with you. Oh, okay, you didn't just take this song and put it in your video completely, you just covered it. I guess we understand that, and we'll share revenue with you. But you literally make pennies. Well, they'll make whatever, and 1 million views or something like that. They'll make hundreds of dollars or something like that, and you get pennies. So copyright strikes again are bad. 3 of those, your channel's taken down. But I don't know how you get one of those without doing something super bad. So the claims, yeah, it happens. So I just try to keep original music in all my videos if I can. I don't know how certain other guys get around it. If you only have like 2 seconds of a song, maybe it's cool or whatever. I'm not sure. Last one of the night from William Linnell. No disrespect, but do you use real equipment? No disrespect, but do you use question marks? That's going to do it for today's episode. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you made it this far, I especially appreciate you. Give the video a thumbs up for me. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel because I release videos with 0 regularity and I don't want you to miss a single one. Just kidding. I usually put out at least once a week, and it's a bonus if I can put out more than that. They typically come out on Sundays, but again, if you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. It means a lot and helps me out. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one.